Wow, this is a lot of people. Wow, my heart's pounding. I need to say thank you to a bunch of people here. Thank you to Dr. Carroll, Ms. Sayak, and Ms. Michael. Thank you to the school board and Dr. Constantino. Thank you not only to my parents, but to every parent here. It must have been hard putting up with us for 17 or 18 years. Trust me, I know these kids. Just kidding, they're great. And to my fellow graduates, congratulations. After 13 years of education, we're finally graduating. Most of all, I need to thank every teacher here. Thank you for not only teaching us the curriculum, but thank you for teaching us how to approach life. See, many times, our teachers aren't given enough credit for what they do. They change the world one student at a time. After we're students here, we're going to go off into the world, and out there is where we're going to have our impact. See, everyone will have an impact because everyone has a life to live. Everyone has advice to give, just like these people. I'm afraid to ask for what I want because a part of me feels like I don't deserve it. A waitress. My stepdad keeps demanding my respect, yet he does not respect me at all. A boy playing basketball. Don't sweat petty stuff and don't pet sweaty stuff. A businessman. I wish I'd partied a little less. They say be true to yourself, but that is misleading because there are two selves. There's your short-term self and your long-term self. And if you're only true to your short-term self, your long-term self slowly decays. A college graduate. All of those quotes were from different, everyday people. They weren't authors, philosophers, English majors. They're just people. And these people were featured in a blog called The Humans of New York, which is just a blog detailing the Big Apple, one student at a time. The blog captures people's insecurities, their memories, their advice, their happiness, their beauty, and there's so many things that go into being human, it's really hard to capture them all, but somehow this blog does that. And so many times, I feel that we forget that. We forget that we are human. We forget that we are always growing and we're always learning. We forget that it's okay to make mistakes because a mistake is not a mistake if you learn from it. This isn't our first time, well, this is our first time living. It's not like we've lived before. Often, we compare ourselves to the highest standard, to perfection. Then when we don't meet this unattainable goal, we blame ourselves and try to change ourselves to be perfect. But we're not. You see, we compare ourselves to models, sports figures, historical figures, people who have changed the world, and we feel that if we do not change the world like they did, then our impact will be meaningless. But we will never change the world like those before us have. Those people lived in a different time and in a different world. We live now, so stop trying to be Steve Jobs or a quarterback or Albert Einstein. Stop trying to be someone else. The world today does not need them. The world today needs us. See, we discredit ourselves. We forget that the world around us was built by people no better than us. We are all human. But not all of us will change the world. Some of us will fall down on our journey, and that is okay because it is fine not to be perfect. That is how we learn to captain our own ship. To end, I would like to read you my favorite poem. Two roads diverged in a just kidding. It is Invictus by William Ernest Henley, a poem that Nelson Mandela had when he was in prison. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbound. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. After this ceremony, go and captain your soul. Go live life, make mistakes, have fun, go and be the most beautiful, broken, happy, successful human ever. Go and be the very best like no one ever was. Go and be you, because the world doesn't need anyone else.